episode of Next Gen Leadership, Solutions for Today's Police Supervisors. On today's episode, we're going to talk about paradigms and habits. I'm going to explain to you exactly what a paradigm is, and then we'll talk about the process of creating and maintaining a new habit and how understanding these two concepts can make you a more effective leader. My name is Reid, and not only will I be your host today, but I'm also a 15-year police veteran and the founder of Reid Training Solutions, a training and coaching company specifically designed to empower leaders like yourself and elevate your overall performance. So what's a paradigm? Well, in very simplistic terms, a paradigm is a set of habits and behaviors created over time that have made you who you are today. Now, the very interesting thing about paradigms, the very interesting thing about your paradigm, is that it controls everything that you do in your existence. It controls the job you have, the amount of money you make, the state of your relationships, how physically fit you are. That all comes down to your habits and behaviors that have been created over time. So what do we know about habits? Well, the research will tell us that it takes an average of 66 days for someone to create and maintain a new habit. But what we do know is the range of that time is actually between 18 and 250 days. So why am I telling you this? Well, I want you to understand this concept of a paradigm. I want you to understand the concept of a habit and how to create and maintain one, because inevitably you will watch something in this series. You'll read a leadership book. You'll want to start doing a new thing, to have better communication skills, to add value to your team. So you need to understand that it's going to take time to implement and maintain that new habit. Here's a good thing to think of. When you think of paradigms and habits, I want you to think of a thermostat. Think of the thermostat in your home and whatever temperature it's set to. Let's say it's wintertime and it's set to 68 degrees. Well, what happens when the temperature drops down to 66 degrees? If everything is working properly, the heat's going to kick on. It's going to bring that temperature back to home base, back to 68 degrees. Well, that's your paradigm. And just like people who set out on a journey to lose weight at the beginning of a year, and they do all the right things, they exercise, they eat a little bit less food, they start having success, eventually they're going to get a pulling sensation to go back to their old ways. And that's the thermostat reference. That's your paradigm. But as long as you understand this concept, as long as you know that you identify a new habit that you want to instill, again, maybe you want to work on your communication skills within your team. You know that it's going to take time. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 months for that to become a new habit. So when you set out on this journey and you're 2 to 3 weeks in, you're arguably having some success, but you kind of just want to go back to the old ways that you did things. Just remember, that's your paradigm. So if you truly want to make this a new habit, a new thing that you do to have success and be an effective leader, no matter what the habit is, it's going to take time. And that's a very important concept for you to understand as a leader. Now, just as this is important for you to understand, just understand the same thing holds true for your team members, the individuals that you are leading. If you're asking them to change their behavior or trying to encourage them to act in a different way, right? You want to add value to them with your expertise. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to understand that this thing takes time. That thermostat reference is something that you can explain to them. You understand that you want them to do a job a certain way. Well, they've been doing it a different way for so many years. Just understand that they're going to get that same pulling sensation that you will experience. Everybody experiences it. So now you know that as a leader, and now you can give them that information, and you can also live by that yourself. Well, I want to thank you for tuning into today's episode. We've taken a really large topic here, shrunk it down to a nice bite-sized piece. But here's what I want you to do. When this video ends, If you want more information on this really critical topic, I want you to go right to my website, reidtrainingsolutions.com. I want you to book a call with me and my team, and we can get more information out to you and your organization on this topic or any of the other topics in this series. I also want you to stay tuned for more episodes of Next Gen Leadership, Solutions for Today's Police Supervisors. Thank you.